Oh, whoa, 1 month and it's 2023. What the heck? Oh god, I talk so much. I need to learn how to get to the point. Hi guys, I'm Oksana. Welcome back to my channel and to the video that everyone waits for every month, right? Which is the monthly reviews. Today we're reviewing my November. Guys, there's only 1 month left. You know, things are getting serious now. We only have a month left to achieve the goals that we set in January. Maybe it's just me, but this year has gone by so quickly. How is there only 1 month left of this year? Let's review, shall we? I always talk too much in the intro. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. I'm a rambler, so let's just get straight into the video. Let's start with our first category, the favorite one, the longest one, the books. So let's start by talking about the goal. The goal I set myself was initially 12 books, so you know, reading 1 book for every month of the year, because I do believe there's 12 months. Anyways, when I got very confident in the middle of the year, I decided to increase it to 15 books. And then I was feeling extra confident, and then I decided that it would be a good idea for me to try to read 20 books. I have very good news. I am now reading my 19th book, which means I only have 2 books left to read, and I'm very optimistic on this goal. Guys, I think we can do it. I finished House of Blood on Earth by Sarah J. Maas. Then I decided to read this one, Destroy Me, which is a short novella, and then my 18th book. The second book from the series that I started reading by Sarah J. Maas, which is House of Sky and Breath, which is also a very thick book. So if you guys thought this was too small, I mean, I had to read this book, so I'm counting this book as well. Don't come at me in the comments, okay? It's a book, I read it, that's the point. Guys, this book ended in such a cliffhanger, it honestly nearly killed me. Like, you might be talking to Ghost Oksana right now. And as far as I know, the next book of the series is only coming in 2023. And that could be December of 2023. I'm internally screaming. Wait a second, they're playing music. But let's start with the reviews because we have 3 to go through and I don't really want to have a cardiac arrest in the middle of the video. Let's start with the little one. Destroy Me by Tahereh Muffin is set after the first of her Shatter Me novel books and before her second one. Now, if you know the series, it will of course be much easier to follow, but I haven't read the series and I could perfectly follow along, which actually points out how well it's written. Basically, it is told from the perspective of Warner, who is the leader of Sector 45, which is a military base in the novel. Spoiler alert, it is set after Juliet, who is the main character of the novels, has escaped the base, and in this book we get kind of an insight into his thoughts and we kind of get to understand why it is important to him for her to be brought back to the base. Now, I can't really give an accurate rating of the novella because I have not read the other novels. I feel like it would be very unfair, but overall it was very easy to follow along, which speaks about the simplicity of Mafi's writing. Now I might actually consider reading the series, but I don't know if you guys have read the series, would you recommend it to me? And if not, what other novels should I read instead of this one if it's not very recommended? But let's move on to the Sarah J. Maas books. Let's start with House of Earth and Blood. Sarah, you did it again. You have created another beautiful world with a badass female character lead. Now, I did feel the start was a bit slower than her other 2 series, and I was actually very unsure at the start if I was actually gonna like it. But as the book progressed, I actually began to understand how important those few first chapters were to the whole story. A quick summary. The book follows, I'm gonna butcher her name, but Breeze Quinlan, who is half human, half fae. She's seeking revenge because her wolf shifter friends have been brutally murdered. It's gruesome. But then a few years later, similar cases began to emerge again, and then she's dragged into the investigation process because of her past relationship with a similar case. And she gets partnered up to the fallen angel called Hand Adler. He works for the Republic Republic, which is like the government in the city kind of. And as the investigation progresses, they start kind of developing feelings for each other. But at the same time, they also start discovering all the conflict and the dark play of politics that is happening inside the Republic. Now, I loved her new style of writing, much more crime mystery than romance, and also because her new style kind of gets more into depth with the characters, because she switches between the character points of views, which just gives a broader understanding of the world that she's building up, and it actually makes it very fun to know a bit more about the different characters. So therefore I'm rating this book 4 out of 5 stars, because I do love it, but I still love Throne of Glass more. Now next, let's review the second one, House of Sky and Breath. Now, to not spoil the other book for the people that have not read it, not really gonna give a summary of this book, but in this book Sarah focuses much more on the history of the city and the whole world that she has built up, what they found in the previous book about the Republic. And again guys, like the ending, I just can't. Go read the series right now and you'll understand my pain, because it's agonizing. Now, this book almost deserved the 5-star rating treatment, but I'm still gonna give it 4 out of 5, because I feel like there was still some room for her to get more into depth with the history of the city. She does then sometimes deviate to a more romance-focused kind of chapters. Yeah, before I forget, this story does have a few lovey-dovey scenes, so if you are under 13, maybe don't read it yet. Hopefully it's your birthday soon and you can read it. Now, after that long review of 3 books, let me tell you what book I'm reading as number 19. The 19th book for this year is The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. Now, this book was one that was highly recommended by a friend about 2-3 years ago, and I actually bought it like the day after she recommended it, so it has been sitting gathering dust for a long time. It was time for me to pick it up. Now, I have only just started. We're being introduced to the characters. It's again a very slow book, but I'm starting already to understand why she's very focused on explaining the characters' backstories in so much detail. From what I've read so far, it is more heavy. I do think it's more difficult to understand, so there's a lot of metaphors and similes, and you have to read a lot between the lines. It's like a book you would read for your English class. I do enjoy this style of writing, so I'm liking it so far. I'm very excited to see how the story develops. Overall, I'm very pumped up because this goal is just so close. I can almost touch it, which I didn't think I was gonna reach. Now, I have not chosen what book is gonna be number 20, but I think it's also gonna be a novel. Otherwise, I have gotten hold of some Portuguese books. They're like children books. I am learning Portuguese, so I do need to read children books because I don't know how to speak it yet. But if you want to see if I actually reach my goal, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the last review of this year, which is of course coming at the end of December. Yeah, now let's move on to the next category, because I feel like this category has already taken half of the video. But luckily, the next category, which is music, is not a long one, because if you didn't know, because you have not watched my other monthly reviews, I have basically done nothing. I have not practiced piano or guitar since I have moved abroad. They have been completely neglected. I don't have a piano or a guitar available to practice, despite me having the notes, and like I actually miss practicing so much that I can't wait to go back home and just practice so I don't lose my progress that I had before. It's fine. But before we move on, I would like to ask you guys for a little favor. If you could comment down below any music recommendations, because I've been trying to listen to more music lately, and since my taste is absolute trash, I need some good music recommendations so my taste doesn't suck as much. As long as it's not heavy metal, I'm open up to any type of music in any language. Now moving on to fitness. Guys, I finished the Vlog Lattes a challenge, which I told you guys I was gonna do during November, and now the results are in, and let me tell you guys, they're quite interesting. But if you want to see the journey and see the results, you will have to wait until next week's video to see them. But give this video a big thumbs up so I know you're excited to see the results. I can't wait to share them with you guys. But apart from that, I mean, I've been doing some weightlifting once a week perhaps, very quick 30-minute sessions. It's because I've been very occupied with homework and studying and assignments, so I've had to put that aside for a bit. And also Caroline, who, if you don't know her, check her out. Her programs are amazing, so many to choose from. Anyway, she has not started a new one, and I have not really searched for one that I want to start, so I have just been doing some random videos here and there from other fitness creators, and all of this is done at a very small gym at my student residency, which doesn't have a lot of equipment, so limited options here. Now let's see, for December, I think I'm gonna maybe put a pause on weightlifting. It is the holidays after all, people. But this leads me on to my next category, which I have been doing instead of weightlifting, which is dance. Yes, your girl is back to being a dancer, and it feels so incredible to dance again. Now, if you didn't know, I used to be a dancer, but I had to stop. Now, since I've moved abroad, I have started dancing again because it has been not only the easiest, but also the cheapest way I have found of moving my body. My love for it had just come back, and now I appreciate it so much more. Now, I go minimum 4 times a week. I do a mixture of ballet, K-pop, pop, and I can see already during 2 months of going consistently how much I have improved, not only like skill wise but also in my confidence level. I definitely recommend to go to at least some dance classes. Try them out because they do wonders for your confidence. It's literally so stimulating for both the mind and the body. Guys, how would you feel if I started a TikTok account where I document my dancing progress? Would you be interested in that type of content from me? Or would you prefer a long YouTube video about like the whole dance journey thing? Because I would love to know how I can share more of my passions with you guys, like you guys share them with me. But apart from dancing, I have also been doing some stretching classes at the same dance studio once per week, and I've been really loving it. It's been helping me a lot with my progression in ballet, and overall it's just so nice to just stretch your body to recover, but also to give it a little bit of love in a different way. And I really love how the teachers give us like very weird but good exercises that you might think that they won't work, but then you realize how much they work. Your mind is blown. But I have yet to figure out how to regain my walkovers. I mean, I still have the goal of doing 1 walkover before the year ends, like a proper one. So hopefully when I get back home, I can attempt some walkovers and one will turn out to be a walkover. Trying to be very optimistic here. I mean, I have been stretching my back. I have been doing some handstands, so I think we can work with that, right? But moving on, because there's nothing we can do about it now, let's move on to another big topic, which is nutrition. As I am a very active individual, this is a topic that I do take very serious, but I recently felt like I've not been on top of my game. And now we're gonna get a bit serious, so we're gonna change the mood of the video for a second. I've decided that for this month, I'm gonna attempt to gain some weight. So my plan is to adjust my meals, increase them, you know, yeah, I need a new routine. You know, I'm taking the bull by the horn, tackling this problem head on, because I really want to get stronger. And it's very difficult for me to gain weight. And I know I'm not gonna gain like what I want to gain in 1 month, but I want to start the journey now. And I know it's a very drastic last minute goal change, but I'm not gonna let the holidays affect this goal in any way, because it simply shouldn't. This is my own personal decision that I've made because I want to get stronger. I want to enter 2023 with all my energies, and I want to feel like I have started a progress in the right direction. I'm gonna be documenting my whole journey because I feel like weight gain journeys are not talked enough about, and if I can help someone, then you know, I'm gonna put it out there. Some people just have problems gaining weight, and I want to show people that it's okay to be on the other end of the spectrum, that it's just as hard. So if you want to follow my journey, make sure to follow me on my Instagram where I'll be posting updates, and also follow me here in the community tab. I'm thinking of maybe doing some weekly updates if you guys would like that. Lots of oats, rice, weird snack concoctions that I come up with, lots of yogurt bowls and breakfast oat cakes, because you know my obsession with that. It's a problem by now.
I'm fine!
As well as my new obsessions with my vegan protein products, and other brands are also gonna be featured in this journey. And of course the recipes and meals, all easy and quick because I am still a student. But you know, they're still gonna be delicious. So expect a lot of that content. But this is also a quick reminder that despite the year almost coming to a close, it doesn't mean there is no time left to reassess and to try to become better even before the year is this close to ending. There's no need to wait until January 1st or another special date. If you have a goal in mind that you can accomplish and start right now, what is holding you back from actually starting? So that's why I'm doing it now, despite the year almost being over. I have reassessed and I think this is the best solution for me. Anyways, that got serious very quickly. Let's move on to a more fun category because it has a lot of ups and downs. Sleep. If you know, you know. But guys, this one has probably been the weirdest roller coaster regarding sleep. There have been lots of ups, but lots of downs. Some days I actually managed to sleep before 23:30, and then other days I went to sleep at around 12. I guess I'm a bit far off of my goal of sleeping at 10, just a bit. But this month we're trying for the last time for this year, and we are not giving up yet. Still have some time left to try to improve this. So at least we can start 2023 in somewhat a more stable sleep schedule. I just need to learn how to stop working after a certain hour. I don't know, I often lose just track of time, and then I look at the clock, it's 11:30, and then I remember I haven't washed the dishes and I haven't prepared for tomorrow, and then it's 12 o'clock already. So the plan is that I'm gonna put a timer at 10 to remind me to stop working, and then try to go to sleep before 11. That would mean that I will probably go to sleep between 10:30, 11-ish. So that's the plan. But I mean, of course, the holidays are coming up, and I don't plan to be so strict about my sleep schedule there because I do want to spend it with my family. Now, speaking about family, well, I can't wait to go back home. University, which is our next category, is been going quite well actually. I love the degree, which is politics and economics. I love the teachers, the classmates. Like, from me, no complaints. But lately, maybe it's because the holidays are coming up, but it has been getting more stressful. We're getting more assignments and a lot more homework. But then again, it's probably my fault because I'm not such a good planner. The struggle is real. But despite that, I think I have gotten better handle on how to study and decide what's more important. So distributing my time more effectively, I think I have somehow achieved that. My hope is that once I go back home, I have some time to, do some catching up with some readings that I've put aside for a bit too long, because looking at the schedule for the next 2 weeks, I don't know why, but they have suddenly put like 20 more classes or something. So my schedule is fully booked. It's only the last push. We only have 2 weeks left, and then we'll go back home to our lovely family, to our lovely dog. I miss her so much.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
But hopefully the last 2 weeks I'll survive and I will arrive alive. But despite university being all over the place, I have managed to continue creating content for YouTube, which I am so happy about. And guys, I don't know how many times I have to say this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for 100 subscribers. Seeing you guys enjoy the content and interacting with you guys just make my days brighter every time. I am so happy with how amazing this community is. So loving, so open, and so full of wonderful, amazing people. I appreciate so much that you have decided to follow me along this journey. This weird vlog is so happy. I have so many ideas that I want to film, and I just want to continue providing all of you with a space you can all have a break from reality, because for me at least this is what YouTube has allowed me to do. This whole channel is like my outlet to put my creativity out there, and I just completely have fallen in love with the whole thing. I just have so many ideas that I can't wait to share with all of you guys, which I hope you're excited to experience. In the meantime, you are always welcome to request anything. I love hearing all your ideas, and if I can give them to you, you bet I'm gonna try my hardest to give it to you. I actually can't wait to see what the new year has planned for our little blog family, which is expanding. So excited, I can't wait. But guys, let's wrap it up before I start crying. So the to-do list for this last month of 2022 is 1. Reach my 20 book goal. 2. Do 1 walkover. 3. Gain some weight. 4. Set up a good starting point for the sleeping schedule for 2023. 5. Catch up on university readings. And 6. Lay out a rough draft of the YouTube content for the next year. But guys, that was the second to last monthly review. We only have one left. But let me know in the comments if you want me to continue this series for 2023 or what other things we can try for 2023 as a series. But don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you're also excited for Christmas content. I know I am. And last but not least, if you're not part of this blog family, that means you have not been made a bread of your own. And if you want to be made into a bread, you should subscribe. Become part of the blog family. And remember to also hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I upload every week. Remember, take care of yourself. Have a lovely day, evening, or night whenever you're watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Also, I try to put new socks on. I love them, they're so comfortable.
I just wanna